Saturday night, the party is in full swing. Everyone is drinking alcohol, dancing, and having a good time. Isaiah has a curfew of midnight. It is 11:30. He needs to leave now. He doesn't feel comfortable getting behind the wheel of a car because he's been drinking. He asks his friend Kyle if he could take him home. Kyle explains that he also had been drinking, but he would do it because he knew how strict Isaiah's parents were and didn't want him to miss curfew and risk getting grounded. Kyle and Isaiah both agree not to tell anyone that Kyle is drunk driving because they are both afraid. Isaiah never made it home that night. Kyle ran a red light and crashed his car. Isaiah died instantly. According to National Highway Safety, in 2016, 10,497 people died due to alcohol-impaired accidents. Drinking and driving is a major issue that needs to be addressed. Driving under the influence of alcohol continues to devastate many people's lives. Off the top of my head, I can think of at least 5 families who have lost loved ones due to drinking while driving. This is an issue that needs to be stopped now. To begin with, alcohol and driving do not mix well. The human body is very complicated. The human body is very difficult to get to work normally because there are so many things that need to happen at the right time, in the right moment, the right way. Mixing alcohol into the mix just doesn't work. Therefore, the body basically doesn't have any function while drinking alcohol. Alcohol impairs our bodies in many ways. I will explain a few of the ways that alcohol impairs our bodies that affects our driving abilities. First, it slows down the central nervous system functions. Central nervous system functions that are affected while drinking alcohol include slowed reaction time, weakened muscles, impaired vision, and dulled hearing. Second, it makes it difficult to concentrate on multiple tasks. According to National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependency, alcohol affects a person's hand-eye coordination, processing skills, and concentration. Difficulty concentrating on multiple tasks while driving is a major concern because there are so many components to driving, such as staying in your lane, staying between the lines, going the correct speed, avoiding other drivers, avoiding animals, braking appropriately, being able to watch signs and watch lights, the lights changing. Another way that alcohol impairs your driving ability is that it makes people feel drowsy and really relaxed. By feeling drowsy and relaxed, people might fall asleep while at the wheel and crash their car. Did you know that drunk driving is the most commonly committed violent crime? You may ask, well then why do people do it? That's what I wonder. Why does it happen as often as it does? Driving while under the influence, also known as a DUI, has lenient laws. Over and over again, drunk driving is punished with a slap of a wrist. When caught in Wisconsin, according to Richard Stim, the first offense DUI results in no jail time, a fine, and no license revocation. If there was a license revocation, it would only be up to a year at max. Just think, honestly, what's the chance that the first time someone gets caught drunk driving is the first time ever that they have drunk drove? Honestly, I doubt it. I'm sure that the first time someone gets caught, prior to that, they have drunk drove multiple times, which is a very scary thought. The second offense, DUI, results in 5 days jail time, a fine, and possible license revocation. The third offense, DUI, results in 30 days minimum jail, a fine, and guaranteed license revocation. These offenses mean that an offender has at least 3 chances to kill an innocent person. I personally know someone who has more than 2 DUIs, has had their license revoked, and has spent jail time, and they still choose to drive while under the influence. This disgusts me. A DUI is only considered a misdemeanor in Wisconsin until its 4th offense. And even then, if you get a lawyer, you can get it down to a misdemeanor, so it's not always a guaranteed felony. This is a very bad, because then people don't take it as serious. I found the following statistic scary. Each day people drink and drive almost 300,000 times, and less than 3,000 people get arrested for it. These laws need to be stricter to enforce fear on those considering driving while under the influence. Lastly, it needs to be mandatory that after a first offense, DUI offenders have ignition interlock systems in their vehicles. Ignition interlock systems are systems that are kind of like mini breathalyzers that go on your steering wheel that you have to blow into them to get your alcohol content read before you can start your car. This device is not used enough. According to Interlock, 1.4 million Americans have been arrested for DUIs, but only 180,000 interlocks have been used. Therefore, 1.2 million offenders have not ever used an interlock system. By installing the interlock system, driving while under the influence will decrease. The numbers will decrease because drinking and driving will be nearly impossible for people with the interlock system, because if they are drinking, they will not be able to start their car. This would be very good for offenders. It definitely needs to be used more often. In conclusion, drinking and driving is a crime that more people need to be made aware of. People need to learn the effects of alcohol on the brain and the body for driving purposes. People need to recognize that drunk driving laws need to be enforced more and stricter, and ignition interlock systems need to be used more often to save people's lives. Thank you.